Welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Murrayfield. The game has just finished. The place is absolutely bouncing. And if you don't want to know the score, then, well, more's the point, you should go and watch the match before you get this full-time report. This is my instant reaction as, spoiler alert, Scotland just lifted another Calcutta Cup. Well, the same Calcutta Cup, but they've lifted it again. That is 4 times in a row, and they were worthy winners. And I've absolutely loved today so much. Oh, that's a nice touch. The Scottish doctor there picking up the trophy with the boys. Finn Russell leading his team around the park now. Right, I'm an Englishman in Edinburgh, and I've just watched England lose, and I can talk about that in a minute, but I just have to say, I absolutely loved that. The whole day. I've never been to England in a Six Nations game. In fact, no, I've never been to a Six Nations game here at Murrayfield. I've been to international games before, never to a Six Nations game. It is awesome. There's the Scotland team in front of me, just taking their lap of the pitch, rightfully so. What an awesome place to come and watch sport. The whole day. Edinburgh, obviously an incredible city. The atmosphere in here, and not just because Scotland played well and won, absolutely bouncing. It's brilliant. I loved it all. I love the fact that every time the England fans tried to sing Swing Low Sweet Chariot, the Scotland fans would boo them to silence. The Scottish anthem is incredible. The a cappella bit where the bagpipes stop, just the crowd, it's absolutely brilliant. The DJ in here playing Belinda Carlisle, I did not see that one coming. It was like being in Pretoria. It was like the Pretoria DJ, just eclectic choice. And the fans, my goodness me, they get behind their team. It is loud in Murrayfield. It is loud. The best team won. So as they were doing the announcement of the players in each team before the game, Finn Russell got by far the loudest cheer. That guy is an absolute rock star, and he put in a rock star performance today. He was incredible, surpassed only by Duhan van der Merwe. Oh my goodness. Right, so I was at Twickenham last year and saw that Duhan van der Merwe wonder try. And it's not just him against England. He does it especially against England. So I was just a bit distracted by Finn Russell there. You can see him on the screen behind me. Duhan van der Merwe, another wonder try. How does he do it? He had no right to score that try. From a standing start to gas around an international back player like the way he did. It's amazing. 6'4", 18 stone, and he can absolutely shift. Incredible player. But that said, for all that me talking about, Murrayfield bouncing, it was quiet, wasn't it, for the first 10 minutes? Because England, well, they controlled the game. They shut Scotland down. The blitz defence, which by the way is insane. Watching that, seeing it on the telly is one thing. Watching the England blitz defence when you're in the stadium is mad. It's wild. They just, it's like a 100-metre sprint off the line, and they just smash everything they can. It was something. And England shut them down. Scored a really good try. George Furbank, straight in, selected at fullback. Justified that selection at that moment in time, at least. And England were looking in control. George Ford with a penalty. Scotland was sloppy, messing up chances, and England were totally in control. And then it changed, and it was interesting because it was like 10 unanswered points for England, 17 unanswered points for Scotland is what followed in the rest of the first half, with Duhan van der Merwe scoring his first of 3 tries. And that was brilliant timing of the pass by Finn Russell. Was that Slade? Who was it? I couldn't really work out who was at fault for that first try. Should you even try and work out who was at fault? It looked like maybe the combination of Slade and Lawrence hadn't bedded in, because Huey Pilotu between them just busted through, and Yeah, Tuipulotu with the break. Hugh Jones again, another guy who must give England nightmares. He was ace, and I love it. Doing another little lap of the track. I love Murrayfield. Yeah, and then Duhan van der Merwe finishing it off. A touchline conversion from Finn Russell. And just to make the point, Finn Russell compared himself to Lionel Messi. That little lift pass, and then the touchline conversion, and then slotting the other touchline conversions and controlling the game from a kicking perspective. It was a bit Messi-esque, I have to say. I thought he was amazing. So it was 17-13 at half-time to Scotland. George Ford got that penalty for England to close the gap, but that was not enough points for England for all of the possession, territory and dominance that they'd had in the first half. They did not make the possession they had and the territory they had count. And that's what told in the end, because Scotland had their moments, more in the second half. Excuse me, I'm going to change arms. Yeah, Scotland had their time, had their chances more in the second half, and they made it count when they did. Duhan van der Merwe with 2 more tries. Yeah. And what were they? 30 points to 16 up. Staring down the barrel, England were. That's when they made the changes. You felt like the changes came a little bit too late. Should have made them earlier. What do you reckon? I think so. Emmanuel Faye-Wabosu actually got given more than 2 minutes of rugby and scored. At one point, he had as many international points as international minutes on the pitch. So I'm glad he got a few more than 2 minutes. Pleased he got a try. Finn Smith missing that kick and not bringing it down to a 7-point game was, you thought, oh dear, that could be costly. Didn't really matter as it turned out, because England didn't make the pressure at the end, tell and get another try. But there you go. What do you say? Yeah, Scotland were feeding off England errors. That's where Duhan van der Merwe's third try came from. 2 pence from Finn Russell. Let's talk about the England changes. Do you think that George Furbank did enough to keep the jersey? I'm not totally sure. Looked like it in the first few minutes, obviously. And I can understand why England made the change, because he covers more ground than Freddie Stewart, and Scotland don't try and kick high, they kick long. So I get it. England just made so many errors, so many mistakes. And Ollie Lawrence passing the ball into touch near the end of the game. It's kind of symptomatic of England. Just, they had dick fingers today. They had feet for hands. Just couldn't keep the ball. Yeah, they made loads of errors, but you've got to say Scotland put the pressure on, which is why. And there they are down there, rightfully enjoying lifting the Kolkata Cup. It's I can't remember, is it James Robson, the doctor? Obviously he's the guest of honour with the Scotland team today. I thought, is he already retired or is he about to retire? I'm not sure. Anyway, he's the centre of attention for the Scotland players. On that front, actually, I should mention that all the England players there they go, the Scotland players are going in now. All the England players have black armbands on today. That's because Jamie George's mum died last Wednesday. And you could see Jamie George's face in the tunnel, very emotional. And I thought the way he spoke about it in the last few days, you might have seen some interviews yesterday actually. I mean, brilliant, and a breath of fresh air for an England captain to be so open with the media. It was really lovely, and the team rallied round him, and Jamie George did what he could on the pitch, but his team were just second best. Plain and simple, were second best. I'm going to get out there and amongst the fans, because I think it's going to be a great night in Edinburgh. I mean, for me, it would be more fun had England won, but Edinburgh is going to be bouncing. I just like, that a team's winning a game and they're taking a few risks. They're rolling the dice every now and again. Scotland don't play crazy rugby, sevens rugby, but they just play good rugby. And when it is on, they go. And when it's go time, they can drop the hammer. And Scotland dropped the hammer in that second half. When I saw Sione Tuipulotu go off, I thought maybe England have got a sniff. Ollie Lawrence up against Cam Redpath, but do you know what? This Scotland team have got England's number. They have got England's number. That is 4 in a row. That has not happened. You have to go back 100 odd years for that to have happened again. Scotland to have won 4 in a row against England. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Loved it. Loved it. Thanks so much for watching the channel. If you enjoyed the content, hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment. I'll see you on the next one.